At the end of each month, I typically receive bills from electricity, from water company, and from mobile services. How does the company generate the bills? Does it make sense to create individual bills for each customer? In this video, I want to talk about one of the incredible features in BI Publisher, is its ability to perform data bursting. Data bursting is a process where you can create a single report template and then distribute customized versions of the report to different receivers based on specific data criteria. BI Publisher stand out due to this feature and distinguish or become famous comparing with the other BI tools. Bursting is a process of splitting data into blocks, generating documents for each blocks, and delivering the document to one or more destinations. The data for the report is generated by executing a query once and then splitting the data based on a key value. For each block of the data, a separate document is generated and delivered. Driven by the delivery elements, you can apply a different templates, output format, delivery method, and local to each split segment of your report. For example, invoice generation and delivery based on customer specific layouts and delivery performance. Financial reporting to generate a master report of all cost centers, splitting out individual cost center report to the appropriate manager. And finally, generation of pay slips to all employees based on one extract and delivered via email. Okay, let me start. First of all, we need to know how defining the query for the delivery. The query usually starts with select column name as a key. Then we have layout name as a template, English US as a local. This is, for example, a PDF as like output format. We have PDF, HTML, XML, and so on. We have here email as a delete channel. We have another types like file. We have here receiver email at outlook.com as a parameter 1, and we may have a parameter 2, parameter 3, parameter 4, and so on from table name. Okay, for the key, here we have the key here is the delivery key and must match the deliver by elements. The bursting engine uses the key to link delivery criteria to a specific section of the burst data. For example, I want to send the file based on the department, based on the customer segment, based on the delivery. So the key will use to deliver by elements. Template. Template is the name of the layout to apply. Note that the value is the layout name, for example, customer invoice, not the template file name, for example, invoice.rtf. As you know, each report contains one or more templates. We talk about this template or layout, not about the export file name. And local is the template local, for example, English United States. We can have Arabic, for example, United Arab Emirates, and so on. Okay, the second segment is output format. Output format is the output format for a destination of each type. Setting the output types. Oracle Fusion Middleware Report Designer's Guide for Oracle Business Intelligence Publisher. Valid values are, we have HTML, PDFZ, zipped PDF, we have PDF file, RTF, Excel, XLSX, Excel the old version of Microsoft Office, HTML, PPT, the old version, and the new version PPTX, XSLFO, XML, and CSV. Okay, for the save output. Save output indicate whether to save the output document to BI Publisher history tables that the output can be viewed and downloaded from the report job history page. when we go to the job history, you can either download or don't download based on this option. Valid values are true, default, and false. If this property is not set, the output will be saved. The most important one is delivery channel, is the delivery method. Valid values are email, fax, file, FTP, print, and web dev. Usually I'm using email and file. Okay, now for the time zone, is the time zone to use for the report. Value must be in the Java format. For example, America/Los Angeles. If time zone is not provided, the system default time zone will be used to generate the report. Calendar is the calendar to use for the report. Valid values are Arabic Hijri, English Hijri, Japanese, and so on. Output name. Output name is the name that will be assigned to the output file in the report job history, which is different from layout name. Here, the physical file name, the exact file name. Delivery parameters by channel. The values required for the parameter depend on the delivery method chosen. The parameter values mapping for each method are shown in the following table. Not all delivery channels use all parameters. For example, here in email, I can use 8 parameters, but in file I use only single parameter. So parameter 1 is used for email address. Parameter 2 is used for CC. Parameter 3 for from. Parameter 4 subjects. Parameter 5 message body. Parameter 6 attachment value, true or false. If your output format is PDF, you must set this parameter to true to attach the PDF to the email. Parameter 7 reply to. Parameter 8 BCC. If the delivery channel is printer, then printer 1 is printer group. Parameter 2 print name for a printer on CPUs. The printer URL, for example, IP address /printers/printer1. Parameter 3 number of copies. Parameter 4 sides. Valid values are D single-sided for single-sided, D double-sided for double long edge, D double-sided _S for short edge. Parameter 6 print range, for example 3 will print page 3 only. Parameter 7 to 10 are not used. For fax we have 3 parameters. For server name, for fax server name, fax number, 3 to 10 are not used. File, parameter 1 directory, where you want to save your files. Parameter 2 file name. Parameter from 3 to 10 are not used. FTP and SFTP, we have parameter 1 server name, parameter 2 username, parameter 3 password, parameter 4 remote directory, parameter 5 remote file name, parameter 6 secure. Set this value to true to enable secure FTP. Parameters from 7 to 10 are not used. Okay, now let me move to the BI Publisher and show you how to create bursting in BI Publisher. The first step, you need to create a new data model as usual by adding the SQL query or use query builder. Okay, let me move to the BI Publisher. Click new data model. We create data model as usual. A new SQL query. We can use either query builder or write MySQL statement. The SQL statement from here. Select employee ID, first name, last name, email address, phone number, hire date, salary, commission. manager ID as manager ID, manager first name, concatenation with manager last name as manager name, job details, and department dot star from employees, employee manager from job departments, where manager ID equal employee ID, left outer join, and job ID equal job ID, department ID equal department ID. The name of the query, employees. Okay. The next step is press here parasting, click add, create a new parasting. The default is parasting1. Type of is SQL query. We have another type, data visualization data sets, and my schema is HR data source. Okay. Here I want the split by department ID and delivered by department ID. This means that I want to split each file based on the department ID and send each file based on the department ID owner. The SQL query from here, which is select distinct department ID as a key, employee report as a template, not as output file or export file, English United States as a local, PDF as output formats, file as a delivery channel, and this is my directory. Why this directory is like this? Because I'm using Linux machine for OS server, so I will not use my local Windows directory. I will use the server directory. Here the export file, which is department underscore or concatenation with department ID dot PDF as a parameter 2 from employees order by department ID. Okay, now creating the data set is finished. Only I want to check the data. And save as sample data because I want to use it in the creating the reports. The last step is save the data model. Employees data model. Parasting. Click new data model. We create data model as usual. A new SQL query. We can use either query builder or write MySQL statement. The SQL statement from here. Select employee ID, first name, last name, email address, phone number, hire date, salary, commission, manager ID as manager ID, manager first name, concatenation with manager last name as manager name, job details, and department dot star from employees, employee manager from job departments, where manager ID equal employee ID, left outer join, and job ID equal job ID, department ID equal department ID. The name of the query, employees. Okay. The next step is press here parasting, click add, create a new parasting. The default is parasting1. Type of is SQL query. We have another type, data visualization data sets, and my schema is HR data source. Okay. Here I want the split by department ID and delivered by department ID. This means that I want to split each file based on the department ID and send each file based on the department ID owner. The SQL query from here, which is select distinct department ID as a key, employee report as a template, not as output file or export file, English United States as a local, PDF as output formats, file as a delivery channel, and this is my directory. Why this directory is like this? Because I'm using Linux machine for OS server, So I will not use my local Windows directory. I will use the server directory. Here the export file, which is department underscore or concatenation with department ID .pdf as a parameter to from employees order by department ID. Okay, now creating the data set is finished. Only I want to check the data. And save as sample data because I want to use this in the creating the reports. The last step is save the data model. Employees data model. Interesting. Now create on reports. Okay, I will use this data model. I will use guide me. Next. I will use portraits as a page option. Layout is table. Next. I will move first name, employee ID, last name, hire dates, salary. Okay, next, customize report layout. Finish. My report will be is report save. Okay. Okay, I want to add repeat section. Repeat section, I will use it for what? For repeating each table based on the department ID. This is like for loop, it will repeat the employees data based on the department ID and will drag and drop the table to be inside the repeating group. Inside the repeating group, I will add layout grids to present only the department information, which is department ID and department name. Okay, I will save my layout. Okay, done. Let me check the report now. As HTML. Okay, now he splits the employees information based on the department ID. Department ID number 10, administration, contains only one employee. Department ID number 20 contains two employees. Department ID number 30 contains 3, 4, 5, 6 employees, and so on. Okay, now the next step is schedule my report to send to the file. From here, I can press schedule or go to my file, press here, schedule. Sorry. You have two options. Schedule from here. Okay, go to output. Now we have a new option. Use bursting definition to determine output and delivery destination. Make sure this option is checked and then go to schedule. You want to execute the schedule now as a once or run later. Yes, I want to as a frequency once and run now. No notification, no diagnostic. Now click submit. It will ask you the job report job name, employees report job 1. Okay. Now job employees report successfully submitted. Okay. Now to check the status of the job or the job history, we go back to the my catalog and then click here in job schedule, job history. It will show you that this report job name, employees report job 1 is successfully finished. Now we need to go to the my directory in the Linux machine to check the output of the files. Domain home, or from here we can take the directory immediately. Let's paste it here. Okay, as you can see here, we have a number of files based off the number of department. Department ID number 10 contains only single employee. Department ID number 100 contains these employees. Department ID number 110 contains these employees. Okay. Now I showed you how to create bursting based on the file. Delivery channel is file. Now if I want to use email address, I will use the same query for creating a new data model. SQL query, employees. Okay. Now for bursting, we'll keep the same bursting name based on type SQL query, HR data source, the split by department ID and delivered by department ID. Okay, for SQL query, I'll use this SQL statement. Let me explain to you this SQL statement. Select department, distinct department ID as a key, employee report as a template, English United States as a local, PDF as output format, email address as a delivery channel. Now receiver underscore email 1 at outlook.com is parameter 1. Here the receiver. Here the second receiver, email 2 as a parameter 2, sender underscore email as a parameter 3. The sender is parameter 3. So the parameter 1 and parameter 2, I believe this 2, this CC, this the sender, and here's the report, the email title, department employees report as a department 4. Here's the body of the email. Hello user, please find the attached report of employees in your department. And as a department 5, department true is true, which is the output file will be saved. You can check it from the job history. Here for the reply, no reply as outlook.com is parameter 7 from employees, order by department ID. I will take this. Copy, paste it here. Okay. Now I will go to data. Save as sample data and save the data model. Employees. I cannot actually show you how the email will be delivered because I need to define the Active Directory from the administration. This is why I cannot perform this one. But however, I showed you how to do the bursting by using the SQL query, by using the data model. From here, administration, I need to define not from here, from here. I should define the Active Directory in order to send the email. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching this video.